In this lesson, we learn how to find stationary points. Stationary points are specific points on a graph. Stationary points are found where the gradient is 0. We can see that the gradient is 0 where the graph is completely horizontal at the following locations. Where the graph looks like this, we have a minimum point. On our graph, we have two minimum points, here and here. Minimum points are just one type of stationary point. Where the graph looks like this, we have a maximum point. There are two maximum points on our graph. The final type of stationary point is a stationary inflection. We have one stationary inflection point here and another here. Here are all the stationary points on the graph. To find a stationary point, we need to find the coordinates where the gradient is 0. That is where dy by dx equals 0. For example, find the stationary point of y equals x squared minus 2x plus 2. We set dy by dx equals 0 and solve for x. Dy by dx equals 2x minus 2. We set dy dx equals 0, so 2x minus 2 equals 0. We add 2 to both sides to get 2 equals 2x, and solve for x by dividing by 2. X equals 1. We have found the x-coordinate of the stationary point. To find the y-coordinate, we substitute x equals 1 into the original function. We now evaluate this to get y equals 1 minus 2 plus 2, which equals 1. The stationary point has an x-coordinate of 1 and a y-coordinate of 1. Find the stationary points of y equals x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x plus 4. We set dy dx equals 0 and solve for x. Dy dx equals 3x squared plus 12x plus 9. We set dy dx equals 0. We now solve for x. This is a quadratic, so we can solve it equal to 0 by factorising. We can first divide each term by 3. We can factorise to get 0 equals x plus 1, x plus 3. This is since 1 and 3 add to make 4, and multiply to make 3. We solve this by finding the value of x that makes each bracket equal 0. We get x equals minus 1 and x equals minus 3. To find the y-coordinate when x equals minus 1, we sub it into the original function. This can be evaluated to get y equals 0. There is a stationary point at x equals minus 1, y equals 0. When x equals minus 3, we find the y-coordinate by evaluating the function when x equals minus 3. We evaluate this to get y equals 4. We have a second stationary point at x equals minus 3, y equals 4. Visit mathsathome.com for further videos and practice.